More than ever before, health is clearly a global public good, which we all have to take care of together.
After the leftist activists quickly approached, an alarm was triggered and no one could leave the building for their safety. Me and a team of 5 journalists are in Berlin, Germany to cover the World Health Summit. The numerous ministers from around the world, heads of international agencies, representatives of the G7 and G20, the European Union and the African Union, as well as leaders of the civil society and the private sector, including health technology and the food industry, are expected. We need your support to cover all the expense related to our accommodation and transportation, which are very expensive for the whole team. So visit rebelwho.com and donate to us and follow our coverage. Thank you. Hey everybody, I'm Guillaume for Rebel News here in Germany for the World Health Summit. So today I'm gonna show you a few of the protests that's happened at the very first day, so follow me. First, we saw a small gathering by a newly formed German political party called Die Basis. You can watch the report from my colleague Drea for more detail on this gathering. To sum up, these are people who are skeptical about vaccine and denounce the obligation which have been and which remain in certain cases mandatory. The demonstrators start their march near Potsdamer Platz. I followed the march that went in front of the Berlin hotel where the World Summit is taking place. When they arrived, they were greeted by curious participants from the summit, and very few police were already there. The situation got worse when some demonstrators started to approach and became a little more aggressive. The police then intervened fairly quickly. The agent identified the individual and pushed them a long way from the Berlin hotel. Then everything calmed down. But then a second event occurred. This time it was a climate alarmist activist who carelessly stormed the windows of the establishment by sticking up posters explaining their approach and demands. So much for saving the trees.
Health is clearly a global public good, which we all have to take care of together.
After the leftist activists quickly approached, an alarm was triggered and no one could leave the building for their safety. Ironically, the lockdowners themselves were in turn locked up at their own globalist conference. These are the same health leaders who pushed the COVID-19 lockdown plans. So I start by just listening to what the protester had to say. Check this out.
We are here to unite against the former United Fronts. In Germany, we are working together. We're from Death for Climate, working together with Scientist Rebellion, and we're demanding that this farce will stop. Because as all the posters say, the climate crisis is happening right now, and it's not being acted against. And that's why we come here at something like a World Health Summit, where it's obvious that the climate crisis is a health crisis and is not being talked about, at least not sufficiently, let alone talk about the action being taken by these governments. So that's why we're here.
This group called Extinction Rebellion is a fairly well-known and very organized radical made up of apparent scientists who denounce the failure of the government and world organization to act to save the climate. What is the thing is the most concerning you at the moment?
The things most concerning me at the moment is the situation, for instance, in Pakistan, in Sri Lanka, Argentina, other places in the world. Basically, that's why we call it the global south, because it's the majority of countries who are suffering immensely, not only from, as we say, a debt crisis, climate crisis, political crises, etc. And we are like to point the finger at the intersection of those.
I'm here to protest against the World Health Summit in there. Not to protest against the summit, but to protest against the political leaders in there who are not taking sufficient action against the climate crisis.
We're scientists and we have raised the alarm for like 50 years now and nothing have worked, nothing changed. So we are here because we want to make things change. And more particularly we focus this event because healthcare, global climate crisis is also a healthcare problem. Lots of people die because of air pollution, for example, and nothing is done to take care of that. So because healthcare is a climate crisis problem, we wanted to focus here.
Then I started to question them more deeply in order to understand their ideas. According to most, one of the solutions to save the climate will be to start by reducing the speed limit on the motorway. Here is what they told me. So what's for you it can be a real action for the climate crisis?
Very simple. Continuation of the €9 ticket, speed limit on the highways, just the serious decarbonization of the traffic, of the public transport, of everything. Serious steps in the right direction and not these kind of tiptoeing steps.
So we talk about crisis. I'm Canadian. I saw Olaf Scholz come to Canada to ask Justin Trudeau to sell him some gas and other products. What's about energy crisis?
Just a quick question before. If you're Canadian, maybe you speak French.
Yes,
It will be better. It will be simpler for me. I'm French too.
Penses-tu qu'il y a une crise énergétique présentement ici en Allemagne?
Je ne pense pas avoir d'avis à donner sur la question pour le moment et je ne pense pas que ce soit le but de notre manifestation. Notre manifestation aujourd'hui se concentre vraiment sur les questions de santé publique et sur le fait qu'on ne fait rien pour traiter les problèmes de santé publique liés à la crise climatique.
Quelle action, selon vous, le gouvernement ou les agences mondiales devraient faire dans ce cas-là?
Il y a énormément d'actions qui peuvent être faites. Les premières actions qu'on pourrait commencer à faire, par exemple, c'est annuler la dette des pays du Sud, ce qui leur permettrait de mener à bien des investissements pour rénover leurs installations et attaquer le problème de la crise climatique sereinement. On peut également imaginer faire des investissements massifs dans la régulation des transports en Allemagne, en particulier sur la vitesse des routes et sur la modernisation du parc automobile. C'est deux exemples d'actions très concrètes qui sont faisables concrètement et qui permettraient de déjà commencer à améliorer les choses. Et ce serait qu'un début.
Selon vous, est-ce que ça prend plus de sacrifices de la population pour décarboniser?
Je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir les compétences pour vous répondre sur cette question-là précisément. C'est une question qui est compliquée, c'est une question qui est éminemment politique. C'est une question qui demande de décider dans quelle société on veut vivre demain. Et si on continue dans la société dans laquelle on est en voulant décarboner, oui, ça va causer des souffrances et des difficultés. Mais l'objectif, le vrai, pour pouvoir attaquer le problème climatique, c'est de réimaginer une société pour faire quelque chose dans laquelle on peut vivre correctement tout en respectant les conditions climatiques de la Terre.
I started notified that several people stuck their hands with strong glue on the wall of the hotel and on the floor. Est-ce que vous vous êtes collé la main?
Ah bah là oui, je me suis collé la main sur la vitre. Là.
Qu'est-ce que vous espérez avec cette action-là ou comment vous décrivez ça comme...
Comment décrire ça? Comme l'action de scientifiques qui commencent à être vraiment désespérés par la situation et qui disent comment on peut alerter puisqu'on a fait ça depuis des années et que ça n'a aucun effet. Donc est-ce qu'il faut passer à l'étape supérieure? C'est celle-là en partie. Provoquer des réactions et montrer qu'on est prêt à aller loin, très loin, pour faire en sorte que ça bouge parce que là ça bouge pas en fait. Voilà. Je pense que c'est ça le message.
A large police operation was deployed to put in and repel the activists who disturbed the progress of the conference inside of the hotel.
Erfahrung da nehme ich an, werden Sie schon mal sagen, im Prinzip mal das machen sollte, aber das erste Mal.
Also es ist aber schon ein bisschen spaßig. Ja, wir haben ja Zeit, sich auszutauschen. Habe ich jetzt so verstanden. Ja, wir müssen ja warten, bis die Herrschaften
Aber ich meine, wenn es am Ende noch eine Idee, was man machen kann,
zu freiwillig aufstehen.
also einfach nur zuschauen ist ja keine Option.
Ja, jetzt hier.
Aber Sie können ja auch versammeln. So wie Sie es jetzt auch mit der Protestgruppe gemacht haben, ja auch handeln. Aber wenn man mal die Teilnehmerzahlen der Olympiade 2019 bis jetzt sind ja auch ablehnen. Denken Sie mal daran, 2019 waren ja, glaube ich, weiß ich nicht, 3.000, 4.000, 5.000 da. Jetzt waren es ja immer, ich sag mal, ein paar hundert.
Ich denke, das war doch einfach die Covid-Pandemie, die halt einfach da durchgehauen hat. Ich glaube, viele Leute sind einfach...
I don't know if it's always like that in Germany, but I find for a very big scale event like the World Health Summit, personally I observe a lot more police resource deployed in Canada, in particular in Quebec, where enormous resources were deployed well before the arrival of the demonstrator to ensure the protection of the supporter of the event. Me and a team of 5 journalists are in Berlin, Germany to cover the World Health Summit. We need your support to cover all the expense related to our accommodation and transportation, which are very expensive for the whole team. So visit rebelwho.com and donate to us and follow our coverage. Thank you.